If this is your first time stopping by, I'm Coach Gaglione, and this is Gaglione Strength. I've been involved with powerlifting and strength coaching for over 14 years, and today we're talking about protein. It's really important. So protein is going to come in terms of food and supplements. And I recommend, if you're a big boy, to get the majority of your protein from whole food. I personally get between 200 and 250 grams of protein just from pure food, and then the rest is going to be from supplements from First Form. I really love this Formula 1. I really love the looped fruit and the cinnamon toast crunch, the CTC flavor, and the looped fruit, it makes me feel like I put that in my oatmeal. It's amazing. So I utilize some protein powder just to kind of get me over the edge a little bit, because my goals are a little bit more advanced. And I've been using a lot of protein leveraging, where my protein is sometimes 40 and upwards of 50% of my total calories for the day. And I'll utilize protein from the GIVE program. So if you're in the Long Island area, that is the best source. Protein's locally sourced. Chicken, fish, shrimp, salmon, beef, steak, amazing stuff. Lots of varieties, lots of different options. So that's personally what I do. What's great about both these, the GIVE program and the First Form supplements, is that you could set it and forget it. You subscribe, and anyone that subscribes for either, we also have meal plan templates, so to give you ideas on how to kind of organize your protein throughout the week and throughout the month. So keep it really simple for you guys. But essentially, you're gonna probably have some type of protein feeding, somewhere between like 2, 3 on the lower end, upwards of 4, 5, and 6. So again, somewhere probably between 3 to 6 protein feedings per day. I personally like to eat about 4-ish times per day, depending on, and usually it's going to be 1 to 2 shakes, and around, 1 to 2 shakes, or it could be like the protein powder, like in my oats, for example, plus, or like sometimes I put it in a coffee, and then the rest will be coming from meals. Okay, I personally like to use a little bit of leaner sources around my training time, and on my high carb days, I'll use more of like the GIVE program cod and the tuna and the shrimp, and then on like away from the workout, more of the ground beef, the salmon, the fattier cuts, and the chicken's kind of good like anytime. So that's kind of like what I like to do personally. So if you're getting like somewhere around like the 6 ounces range or so, is going to be about 50 grams of protein. So just kind of doing a quick math. So if I do 200 divided by 50, that's going to be 4 protein feedings of 4 meals with 50 grams of protein. So maybe about 4 6-ounce servings of meat or so is a good kind of place to start. And if you're not able, if that's seems like a lot of meat, you can obviously supplement with the First Form protein powder. You can check out the links below for details on that. For women, you could do 150. So if you're doing like 4 ounces of meat or for something like that, and maybe it's like 20 to 30 grams. So let's say you're doing 30 grams. 30 grams could be like for 5 meals at 30 grams. For example, can also like work out pretty well for women. So for most women, average size women, I recommend getting at least a minimum of 150 grams per day, especially if your goal is to maintain muscle mass or build muscle. And for most men, at least a daily minimum of 200 per day. Throughout my weight loss journey, I've never gone under 200, and more likely than not, it's been 220 or more every single day. Protein's going to have a higher thermic effect of food. It's going to help maintain muscle mass. I've also noticed that since I've kind of cranked up my protein to above 300 per day on average, my recovery is much better, even though I'm training 6 days a week with weights, with resistance training. So the protein is key. I really think it's the most important macronutrient there is. It's essential. You can have essential amino acids in there. It's going to help with recovery. It's going to help with fat burning. It's going to help with maintaining muscle. So when it comes to weight loss, it's really about fat loss. It's about maintaining muscle. It's going to be the best for health, longevity, and performance. So I can't emphasize enough, eating more protein is going to be key. And as far as the rest of the stuff with carbs and fats, you kind of pick your poison. You really can't have high carb and high fat. Because it's going to lead to too many calories. So if you think about a lot of kind of the quote unquote dirty and junk foods like donuts, pizza, pasta, pancakes, it's high carb and high fat, and that's going to lead to the weight gain. So if you're in a cutting phase, leaner sources of protein is great. If you are just having a higher fat diet or more of a ketogenic style diet, a true ketogenic diet might not really be in line with what we recommend, but if you have more of a low carb lifestyle, I do believe that still the protein leveraging is going to be key for long-term health and in maintaining that muscle mass. So in general, get more protein. As a general rule of thumb, if you're a bigger person, obviously you're going to need more protein. Men are going to typically are bigger and carry more muscle mass than women, so they're going to need a little bit more protein. So 200 grams of protein for men is a good daily minimum and a good place to start. Obviously, consult your dietitian or doctor for an exact number. And then for women, we recommend about the magic number is, in our experience, about 150 grams per day. So crank that protein up. Check out the links below. If you're in the Long Island area, check out the Give program. Subscribe for a protein box or try a protein box. Use the code Gaglione at checkout for 15% off your first order. And if you still are having trouble getting protein even after that, use the protein powder from First Form. These are the products that I use on a regular basis to help me stay strong and lean. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, stay strong, and I'll see you soon.